rushing through. I'll boil over and be free of you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you walking up. You startled me. No, it's all right. I was just lost in thought. You're new, right? At least, I've never seen you here before. What's your name? Nice to meet you. My name's Kate Denson. Here, come sit by the fire with me. So, who were you? Before you ended up in this place, I mean. I see. Oh, me? Well, I was a musician. I love to make people happy with my music. So that's what I dedicated my life to. In fact, I was in the middle of creating a new song when I was taken. That's how I ended up here. This place, this is the world of the entity. The entity is... it's pure evil. It corrupts people, causing them to commit unspeakable atrocities, which weakens the veil between this world and ours. Once it's weakened, the entity is able to drag those people here, to its world. And not just them, but regular people too, who accidentally stumble into the weak spots between the worlds. The entity pulls them through against their will, with no memory of what happened to them. That is a good question. Why do I remember? I've never remembered before. I'm not supposed to remember any of this. Is it you? Are you the reason I can remember? Do you have some special ability? Something that makes you immune to the entity's influence somehow? I see. Well, even if you aren't sure, there's still something special about you. It's possible that you might be the key we've been hoping for. The way to finally escape this place. And if that's the case, I need to tell you everything I can remember. Everything that might help you here. The entity, it created this place to feed off the strongest emotions of those it's taken. Whether it's anger, bloodlust, hope, or even love. That's how it sustains itself. Which is why we have to constantly endure the trials. The trials are like a game, in a way. There's 4 of us. Always 4. A team who works together to complete objectives and hopefully escape the trial grounds. And working against us is one of the people that the entity corrupted and uses as a tool for bloodshed. Their goal is to sacrifice all 4 of us to the entity during the trial. Yes, that's exactly what the sacrifice is. They try to kill us. They have to. The entity demands it. Though, sometimes, it seems the killers show mercy. The last trial I went through, I was the last member of my team alive. I'd accidentally stepped into a trap and gotten caught. I was trying to free myself when the killer grabbed me, threw me on his shoulder. I was sure I was done for. then something happened that I didn't expect. The killer, the trapper, he brought me to the hatch. It's one of two ways to escape from the trial grounds. And it was open, since I was the last one alive. But the trapper didn't close it. Instead, he let me leave through it. He spared me. But the others, Meg, Jane, Nancy, he sacrificed them to the entity. And I can't help but wonder why he let me go. Why did he show me mercy, but not them? And why, when I looked into his eyes, did I think I saw a glimmer of compassion there? It doesn't make any sense. No. The killers don't show mercy. If you aren't cunning enough to escape, they sacrifice you. They don't let you go. I wonder, was it you? Was your presence here in this world somehow the reason for it? Even if you don't know now, I have a feeling. I feel like, because of you, this situation will finally start to boil over, and the entity won't have total control anymore. Then maybe we'll finally have a chance. Because of that, I won't let this window of opportunity pass me by. So you'd better keep up. This is a dance I've done for a long time now. But this time, I want you to dance with me until it's finally done. So, what else do you want to know about this place? God, what else do you need to know? Of course, I'll tell you about the objectives. In the trial grounds, there are these generators that we have to repair. The generators power the doors that we use to exit the trial grounds. It's the killer's job to keep us from escaping, so they have to stop us from repairing the generators. Which is why you have to work together as a team to get them done. Though, some people don't see it that way. Yunjin. She's a newer arrival here. She doesn't believe in teamwork. She believes in only looking out for herself. If you're ever in a trial with her, remember that you can't rely on her. She will always put herself before anyone else. I've tried to talk with her, to help her understand why all of us need each other, but she's just so stubborn. No, I don't see things her way at all. I don't want to win if it means others have to lose. That's not in my nature. I want to help people. I always have. That's why, in the trials, I always try to be the first to help my friends off the hooks. Yes, that's part of the sacrifice. When the killer catches you, they hang you on these hooks. It's a 3 strikes and you're out sort of thing. The first time, you hang there and nothing happens. The second time, the entity is actively trying to kill you while you're on the hook. And the third time, you're sacrificed. And each time, no matter whether you escape or you're sacrificed, you always end up back here at the campfire, waiting for your next trial. now, you'd have no memory of the trial. Your mind would be wiped clean by the entity. But clearly, something has changed. Oh, at the moment, there are 28 of us. The survivors, I guess you could call us. Well, 29 with you here now. And there are 25 killers. Aside from Yoon Jin, the rest of us survivors tend to work together. There are the ones who are more introverted and stick to their own company, like Claudette and Jake. But they'll work with others when they need to, which is incredibly helpful since they're both smart and resourceful. Before they were brought here, many of these survivors survived impossible situations and beat the odds against them. They're fighters who won't be taken down easily. Heroes, even. Like Bill, Ash, Jill. I could keep going, honestly. They're all incredible people. You can learn a lot from them. There's also people you should stick with during the trials because they look out for others. Like Zarina and Yui. Oh, and there's actually a new girl that showed up not long before you did. Her name's Michaela, and she's a witch. She can provide you with places of healing in the trial grounds, and the ability to hide from the killer for a short time. If she's with you, make sure to use what she has to offer. It could save your life. The killers, huh? Alright then. Many of them, they weren't always bad people. Some of them had unfortunate things happen to them in their lives. Things that drove them mad. Some were misguided and believed that the evil they did was for a good reason. Some didn't even understand that the things that they did were evil. But in the end, all of them were corrupted by the entity. Though, there is one killer that I believe didn't need any corrupting. In fact, I believe he willingly searched out the entity and came here of his own free will. He's called the Shape. If you see him, run. And whatever you do, don't let him look at you. There is nothing but pure evil within him. Anyone who chooses to seek out the entity, I'd say they're almost as malevolent as the entity itself. What else? The entity, it allows us to bring in items to aid us during the trial. Things like toolboxes to work on generators or sabotage hooks, medical kits to heal, even flashlights to try to blind the killer and save someone off their shoulder. There are also keys that you can use to unlock the hatch under certain conditions. Though, be careful with those. If a killer sees you with one, you might not live long enough to be able to use it. Keys make killers very angry for some reason. You also have maps, which can track objectives throughout the trial grounds. They can be useful, especially if you're able to share what you see with your teammates. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll have firecrackers. If you drop them close enough, you can blind, deafen, and stun the killer for a limited time, which can save the people they're carrying on their shoulder. Aside from Yoon Jin, everyone does their best to help save people. We're all friends here, though some are closer than others. And we don't want to leave anyone behind if we can help it. Though sometimes there's nothing you can do. That's been the hardest part for me to handle. None of us want to die in the trials, but I would rather it happen to me than lose a friend. Because as horrible as it is to be sacrificed, to me, it's worse to escape and know that I lived when my friends didn't. Even now, I still feel so guilty that the trapper spared me. Well, no. None of us truly die here. Not when the entity can bring us back to life. But still, I want to save everyone. Because I believe in things like love, friendship, and hope. And even though I'm trapped in this place, I refuse to give up on my values. And I'll fight anyone who tries to destroy them. That's why I won't let the entity break me. Because I know that if I keep fighting, I'll find a way to save everyone. Even the killers. From this place. And with you here now, maybe we'll finally have a chance. Whatever happens, I hope you'll fight with me. Because you're my friend now, too. Thank you. I know we can do this. We can find a way out. We just have to keep believing. It appears I'll be joining a trial soon. Remember everything I told you, all right? Take that knowledge and use it to keep yourself and the others safe. I don't know when you'll be chosen for a trial, but when you are, stay strong and be brave. And know that you aren't alone. We'll get out of this, my friend. I know we will.